the best cities in Mexico. Basically, let's say you want to move to Mexico, but you're not sure where to go, or you're just curious. Let's kind of dive into what the best cities are. So I think Mexico is great because it really does have something for everyone. For families, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, retirees, people traveling around on their gap year, etc. I really do think that Mexico is a great place. And if you're coming from a Western country like the US, Canada, the UK, or Western Europe, it's going to be a lifestyle upgrade, like basically guaranteed. Your money's going to go a lot further. You're going to be able to get a much nicer apartment, much nicer house, etc. And it's just generally a very pleasant place to live. So number one is Mexico City. Now this one is the best for entrepreneurs or people that like fast-paced lifestyles. So Mexico City is basically like a modern metropolis. That picture you see is basically like the main avenue in the city. And, it's like a really nice place to go for a morning run. There's a lot of embassies there, a lot of banks, a lot of office buildings. And that's kind of like the financial part of the city. Mexico City has a lot of Western amenities. You're basically going to find like all luxury stores that you want, clothing brands, etc. If you need anything delivered, it's going to be super easy to get. And also Mexico City is obviously the business financial hub of the entire country. So if you want to network, meet people and also other expats as well, because I think the more business-minded expats usually go to a place like Mexico City because they like that fast-paced lifestyle. There's some very nice neighborhoods in Mexico City like Roma Norte that really do feel European. If you got dropped there and you would literally think you were in a city in Spain or France. And also there's world-renowned healthcare. So this is something that I think is really big for Americans because obviously healthcare is extremely expensive. Mexican healthcare is basically a fraction of the cost to go to, the best private hospital in the whole of Mexico is going to be a fraction of the cost of an average hospital in the US. And also there's a vibrant food scene in Mexico City. There's I think 7 Michelin star restaurants there. And there's just so many great food options, from the food trucks to the Michelin star restaurants. It's just the food in Mexico City is amazing. So the next one is Merida. And this is actually the safest city in all of Mexico. I've been here many times. It feels very, very safe. This is, like a colonial type place, like with a bunch of colonial architecture. It's like a very charming city. And it's very affordable as well. And I think this would be a really great place for, someone to retire if they're looking for like a really relaxed city, extremely safe, like it's really is like a cultural capital of the Yucatan region. And, I think Merida is just perfect for someone that's looking for that, basically. And also the climate, you have the Caribbean climate as well. And you can also very easily get to places like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, etc., in like 1.5 hours, I think, 2 hours, something like that. So the next one is Playa del Carmen. And this one is obviously the very popular with people going on vacation, etc. But I also think it's a good place to live. And also real estate is rapidly increasing in price in Playa del Carmen. It's becoming more and more popular. You can see a bunch of newly built apartment buildings that are being rented on Airbnb, etc. So obviously you have the Caribbean lifestyle. Basically the way that Playa del Carmen is built is you're never going to be more than like 10-15 minutes walk from the beach, because the city is basically spread out along the beach and you have these avenues going back. You're literally never going to be further than like 5, 10, 15 minutes walk from the beach. So it's amazing for that. Just like every morning you can just go for a walk on the beach, go for a run on the beach, go swim in the sea. Also, Playa del Carmen is a great place for luxury living. There is, an abundance of luxury hotels and like luxury restaurants, like high-end restaurants, high healthcare facilities, etc. All, for like marketed towards tourists, etc. But if you're living there, you can also take advantage of it. And also, like beautiful nature. This isn't going to be the place if you want hikes. But, just for like swimming in the sea, going to a bit more off the beaten path into nature, for scuba diving, snorkeling. You also have Cozumel, which is a beautiful island where you can take the ferry from Playa del Carmen. It's literally, if you go to Cozumel, I really recommend, well, you probably will do this. You can basically go to there's like a little town, etc. on one side, and you can rent a motorbike or a car and drive to the other side, which is literally all just untouched beaches. It's just like jungle and this road going through and just untouched paradise. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been on earth. And that ferry runs from Playa del Carmen to Cozumel, like 10 times a day. And also Playa del Carmen is centrally located, so it's a great spot because you're in the middle of Cancun and Tulum. And also you have the ferry to Cozumel. So, Tulum is also a good place to check out, if you're a digital nomad, etc. I would not recommend living in Cancun. So, yeah. And the last one is Puerto Vallarta. And this is another beach place that's going to be better if you maybe don't like the Caribbean lifestyle and the Caribbean climate as much. You want more of the Pacific coast. You want to do surfing, etc., stuff like that. Puerto Vallarta is going to be your place. And this place is like adventure orientated, it's great for hiking, surfing and doing all that kind of stuff as well. And also there's a big artistic scene in Puerto Vallarta. There's like an abundance of healthy food and what I would say is the perfect climate. So I think the Puerto Vallarta really makes a great spot if you want to be on that Pacific coast. So that's my top picks for moving to Mexico. So if you do actually want to become a Mexican resident, there is actually a process where you can become a resident with no income requirements. You can get it all processed in under 2 weeks. You can get a 4-year residence permit, and it's available for your whole family. And this is a program that was a holdover from COVID that's still around in Mexico today. And basically, it's the easiest way to get Mexican residency, but we don't think this program is going to be around for much longer. So if you want to check it out, you can book a call down below if you have any questions, or you can check out our website to find out more.